Division. Please welcome Mosunmola. She's going to take us through a 10-minute Is it the welcome or the rice? Or the beans? Please put your hands together for Pretty Miss Farmer. I can really tell where the name is coming from. 10 minutes interactive session.
Good afternoon, ladies. It is a delight to be here. First, I apologize. I'm a spoiled child now, used to getting anywhere within Abuja in 5 minutes. So I think we underestimated the Lagos traffic, and I've been in traffic the last 3 hours trying to get here. But I'm glad I'm finally here. And thank you so much for the delivery, ma'am. Really do appreciate it. I sat through a short, and I think that it's important for us as women, to, and which is the fact that as women we have a critical role in shaping us, framing society. And I'll share, before I let you all ask questions, I'll just share in 2 minutes my journey. I started straight out of college to be as a farmer. And you know, people laughed and mocked me and thought I was going nowhere to happen. Even my father almost disowned me. So he didn't think that he was going to educate his girl child. He wanted a doctor or a surgeon. He had his own library and encyclopedia station that he had built in the house so that one day they will call him the father of a medical doctor. But this girl quit medicine and decided to be a farmer. 10, 15 years down the line, I think my father is my biggest fan now. All those who laughed and mocked me then now tell me things like, we always knew you will make it. So my question is, if you knew I will make it, why did you mock me? Why did you try to discourage me? So when you said that it's important that we create that shoulder for the younger generation to lean on, I am a product, given birth by one woman. I have my parents, but the society, the people I lived around raised me. I'm one privileged child. I moved out of home by my 18th birthday. I told my father I could take care of myself. And I did. I'm not sure I've done badly. But guess what? In that journey, a lot of people opened their doors to help me achieve my crazy dreams. One of them is sitting in this room, but I would go to that later. And I would explain. Today people say Pretty Miss Farmer. But some people invested in Pretty Miss Farmer becoming Pretty Miss Farmer. So I only have one charge for us in this room today. When she said that she mentors younger women, I'm not even that privileged to just mentor younger women. I am very privileged to mentor older women. And that's my truth, where women who should be my mothers would then come to me and say, assist me, guide me, hold my hands on this journey. You've told that part. And I think that for us as women is very important because we underscore the strength that we all carry. And I'm going to open it up for question and answers, but I thought to share a bit. You know, when a young girl comes to you with her vision, you can do one of two things. You can either nurture that dream for her or kill it. What I have seen a lot more older women do to younger girls is kill that dream. Consciously or unconsciously. She's pretty, she's fine, she's hot. It's not her fault. God created her that way. I'm going to embarrass someone. And I'll do it deliberately so that we can appreciate what we're saying. Okay. So, I've known her for a while because we serve in the same department in church. And in that department, you have only 2 men. And you probably have like 25 women. And it's amazing that I'm probably one of the 3 youngest, in fact, I think I'm the youngest girl in that, amongst the 25. So it's hard, it can be tough for you as a young lady thriving in the midst of older women, and there is no envy and there's no malice, right? But in that group, what I have seen that has happened over time, and this is to the younger ladies in the room, there's a place for respect. Like social media, right? It's here to stay. But if younger ladies think that social media now equates age, and you can then rant on social media, I think that we need to have a rethink as ladies. So when we talk about mentoring and we talk about, the first thing that I want to talk about is your value system, what drives you as an individual. So there's a place as a society, we are brought up to be respectful, courteous, and it's not, you see an older lady today, hi, you know, it's only a matter of time. I give you 5 years, you will get double highs from years olds, not even cultured anymore. Are we together? Yeah. So for me, we need to start from a value proposition. Now, this is the first person. I brought her out because I don't want you to think that I'm talking off my head, but I'm going to do something else. No, wait. Auntie Mandy. Oh yeah, you two, come. Okay. Now, this is another woman, and they're both friends, interestingly. And I'll tell you the story, why I brought her out. So, why are you hiding? Don't worry, the ground won't open. It won't swallow you this afternoon. It can't help you because I'm here. Now, as successful as everyone thinks that I am, right? I have a few, and I'm sharing this because I don't have, and I'm hoping that in this room, by the time we're done in the next 7 minutes, each one of us will have a rethink about the things that are important in our lives, as professionals and as individuals. Because I don't know when I will breathe my last breath. I believe that I will live long to another. Yes, thank you, Auntie. But you see, to get to the point where I am today, people had to be a shoulder. And each one of us as women, as mentor or being mentored, it's important that we begin to think critically about the decisions we make and the actions that we take on a daily basis. You see this woman right here? She may not have millions, but you know one thing she has? A large heart. I can count, maybe I can no longer count actually, the number of children like me who in their 40s and near 50s call her mommy. Standing here. She's one of the women. So in the last 4 years, I've been living out of this woman's house. Wealthy and as successful as I am. Live in her home. And I call her mommy. She's not my mother. My mother is alive. What did she do? She opened her home up to those. I don't have money to give. I don't have a lot. But the little I have is she has created a safe haven that when we all run around the world and we're looking for a place to hide and stay safe, her home is a safe haven for me and a lot of other successful friends of mine, where we can come in at 1 a.m., knock on the door, and the door will be open. And when it's open at 1 a.m., between her and her husband, they will find food for you to eat at 1 a.m. You are the one who will beg and say, no, don't worry, I just want to sleep. And then they say, when did you have the last meal? Am I making any sense? Now, and I want to honor and celebrate her, because When I got into the room, the first thing I said to her, I don't know how you do it, but you have done a lot of work and you have tried. Looking back now, in the last 6 weeks, I have seen how she has mentored. A lot of the things she will say to me in the kitchen on a Saturday morning when you are fixing breakfast are lessons that I have used in the last 6 weeks. These were lessons she has shared over the last 3-4 years that seemed like nothing. But they are the only things I have held on to in the last 6 weeks. Because something tragic almost happened in my life. And I had to hibernate. But I reflected on God's word, the Bible, and some of the things. Grateful to God that I let myself submit to her authority. And she allowed herself be used. That for me is what mentoring is about. That's what empowerment is. When women share their platforms with younger or older women so that they can thrive. And I had to give you a practical example. It's not all about money. It's not when you pay the school fees. Sometimes all you do is she listens to me just rant and go on and on and on about everything. And you just never know how that will transform and shape a life. Thank you very much. Auntie, now you may sit down. Okay, now that is over, I have to bring it to life and bring it home beyond a presentation where we can all connect with people that we see physically. Mentoring for me goes beyond just having a training session and teaching people and passing information down. I think that we're in a time where people need to be able to connect. Over the years, I've heard older women say things to younger girls that are not entirely correct, because when you now go through day-to-day living, you realize that it looks like auntie didn't tell me the entire truth, or mommy didn't say it all. Who does that resonate with? And you just wish that they had told you a bit more than they did, right? So let's feel here now, because this is meant to be an interactive session. What are those questions that you would like to ask so that we can jointly prefer solution? Because it's not a one-size-fits-all, right? Life is composite. When the lady read my bio, she said that I am a farmer. And yes, I'm a poultry farmer. I've been a poultry farmer for 15 years. I recently divested into some other commodities beyond poultry. So I'm now doing sheep and goat farming and pig farming as well. And I'm also looking into vegetables and a lot more crops versus. So I'm doing a bit of I'm trying my hands on some herbs and spices that I found interesting. So for us as women, so I'll take the empowerment component. For us over the years have enjoyed pursuing a career. And it's great. But how many of us have thought about something slightly different from the norm? So when I went to school, my father wanted me to be a doctor. But I quit medicine and chose farming. And every time he asked why, and I said, yes, I wanted to be a doctor because I wanted to care for people. But I have found a different way to care for people without having to work in a hospital. So now I am producing food that nurtures the body, and it's indirectly caring for people. Because there's only one thing man can do without. We can all choose not to wear all these nice, glamorous clothes. But how many of us can choose to starve for a year? Okay. How about 6 months? Ma? Not even. Some people survive a day. Some go for 40 days max. So after 40 days, even your body, your organs begin to crave some nourishment. So it's very important that we nourish our body. So I'm caring for people in a slightly different manner. All right? By being a farmer. How many of you have thought about farming at any point in time? You. Okay. Who is a farmer? You. What are you farming, madam? Poultry. Excellent. Okay, we should talk. Yes, ma'am.
My father died 1 year ago, and then my uncles were thinking how we were going to abandon his farm and the rest of them, but I picked a challenge and I continued from where he stopped. Maize and Irish potato. Yes.
So you see, the opportunity is enormous. Who else? Yes, ma'am.
Peter Kwara had the opportunity of partnering with some people that gave out lands, a mass to people to try their hands on cassava and then some short time crops. I wanted to do that, so I had a big compound. I needed to test the waters. So I did tomatoes, I did pepper, I did vegetables, and then I had a small portion for snails. I traveled and all the snails died. I didn't feed them for a week. But the tomatoes thrived and the peppers.
Thank you. Congratulations. Who else has tried their hands on something?